guys that were guarding Michael Jordan, listen, there's a reason Michael Jordan was a unicorn back then.
How many elite two guards on defense is in the league now?
Elite two guards.
Let's go terrestrial.
What is good, everybody? This is Aaron.
It's Brian.
And this is the Courtside View podcast, and this is episode 7.
We live from the studio today, you know what I'm saying? We ain't Zoom thugging right now.
Yeah, like I said, we're going to be doing more episodes, so you're going to see us from Zoom, you're going to see it from the studio, so expect more of that. But right now, I want to talk about last night's game, and that was the Golden State Warriors versus the Mavericks. Interesting first half, I'm not going to lie. I thought it was going to be a blowout, another stinker.
Yeah.
Because the playoffs, Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals have been just a disaster. Like, just straight boring. I'm not going to lie. I dozed off a little bit because I was like, oh, man, here we go again. Because I just saw Luka cooking. And so I was like, I wasn't a believer. So, yeah, how did you feel about last night's game?
I wasn't feeling it the first half. I was like, man, I'm tired of these games being blowouts. But then I was like, but it is the Warriors, though. I ain't think the Mavs was going to give up a 14. Or, no, they was leading by 19 at one point.
Yeah.
I was like, man, they ain't blowing this lead. But I was like, well, it is the Warriors. And lo and behold, third quarter Warriors came through. And, well, y'all seen what happened the rest of the game.
Yeah. The Warriors in the third quarter, they're just historic for the third quarter runs. You see Stephen Curry, Clay, Jordan Poole.
Clay wasn't even – he ain't really – I'm not going to say he ain't really contribute, but he wasn't the main
Andrew Wiggins.
Playoff Wiggins is a thing. I don't know where it came from, but, hey, the man's been hooping.
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins is playing really good basketball for them, playing that Harrison Barnes type of role.
He's doing way better than Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, for real. Like, playing defensive-wise, even though Harrison Barnes, he still contributed, but in the finals, he was a no-show. Anywho, back to the game, though, in itself. And Luka Doncic, he was just unstoppable that first half. It didn't matter. They put Andrew Wiggins on him. They pretty much did the same thing that they did last game, but it just didn't work. Like, Luka Doncic, you could just tell that he was watching film, and Jason Kidd was just yelling at him probably before the game. Like, you need to go at them, and because you're a superstar. You got it. You're feeding off of your assertiveness, your aggressiveness in the offensive floor, because without you, we're not going to thrive. So it was interesting, and then the second half rolls around, and you just see a colossal collapse by the Mavericks. And honestly, I'm not surprised because let's face it, all they have is Luka, and then they have complementary pieces, role players. Why are you making that face? It's really just Luka and complementary pieces.
Jalen Brunson had 30 points. Reggie Bullock had 21 points.
They were hitting their shots. That's the key. The first half, what they did that they didn't do last game, they were hitting their three-pointers. Because if you watch the game itself, you'll see that that obviously the Warriors are keying in on Luka, right? And so you see like the help side defenders, they're gonna lag off a little bit, sag off a little bit on the 3-point shooters. So that will give guys like Jalen Brunson, Reggie Bullock, Finney Smith open shots because they're paying most of their attention on Luka. And I'll say this about Draymond, because the first game, he did a really good job on, like, the help side defense. So, like, for instance, when, like, Wiggins, he was guarding Luka, or Clay, or even Steph, because he would be switched on him. Draymond will be on the side. He'll be back there waiting for Luka to drive, and he'll, play the passing lane. He'll strip the ball. So this game, he wasn't as effective. I would say the second half, it sort of was. That's when the defense started to build up. But Luka still got his.
Yeah, for sure.
But they still lost at the end of the day. And I think that was
at least when Ja had 40, they won.
Hold on. Wait a minute. That is true. I give you that, but Ja has more help. Come on now.
Did anyone besides Ja have 30 points that game? I don't think
That's
so.
true. He did carry. I'm not gonna hold you. He did carry that game, but he does have a lot more help. Defensively, Memphis is better. Offensively, they have Desmond Bane, even though he was sort of off. Dylan Brooks, I don't even think he was playing that game. Was he? Was that the suspended game?
That was game
two.
Yeah.
he was suspended. That
No, he was ejected.
He was ejected. He was ejected. And then Draymond was ejected too.
Yeah. I think
So I get that he scored that many points, but there was no Draymond Green on the court.
First of all, the Warriors went on the run because Draymond Green got in foul trouble.
That is a good.
That man sat down and they went on like a 13-0 run.
That is a good.
Draymond is trying his best out there to get suspended. I don't know what he's doing. This man, this dude needs to relax.
Yeah, he does need to relax.
I get it. He plays with the fire. He's the energy guy, but like, dude, there's bigger things at stake here. Because if you get suspended for another finals game, whoever, either the Celtics or the Heat, is going to be the Celtics. They're going to take advantage of that.
It's going to be bad.
That man needs to relax. It is not that serious.
It's going to be bad because they really need his presence. This is not 2016 where you have, honestly, I would say, or 2017 or 2018 where you have a Kevin Durant and you have some other pieces that you can rely on. No, this is, y'all are not as deep as you once were. The defense, like, gotten older, you know. Clay's gotten older, Steph's gotten older. Andrew Wiggins is cool, he's nice, but he's still, Luka's still giving him the business on offense. So Draymond, he's more valuable than ever. You don't have an Andrew Bogut that can clog the paint. You don't have somebody like
Kayvon Looney is the GOAT. Kayvon Olajuwon.
Nice. He's all right. I mean, he's all right.
Olajuwon.
He ain't no Andrew Bogut. Like, Andrew Bogut, think about it. If you watch the Cavs versus the Warriors finals, LeBron wasn't doing nothing in the paint. It wasn't until Andrew Bogut got hurt and he was out for the remainder of the series that LeBron James was able to do anything he wanted to on offense. So I don't even want to go down that road. We're talking about the Mavs and Warriors series. And so, yeah, the Mavericks, you know, they're playing their defense. They had Stephen Curry. Obviously, it was they had like the big man, whatever, every time they did a screen. They were playing just tight coverage on Steph for the most part. And every time he would ask for a screen, the big man would literally come up and make sure that Steph wasn't able to hit a mid-range shot, wasn't able to like step back into three, but it didn't work. Steph still found a way to get his shot off with his ball handling ability, his shot creating, his movement without the ball. Stephen Curry, like, just talk about Stephen Curry's just ability to create his own shot with on the ball, off the ball, because it's special.
See, Steph Curry, see, I've been on the Steph Curry train, man. That's my guy right there, you know what I'm saying? This is nothing new, right? We've seen this plenty of times. The man just adapts. This man shooting percentage have fell off quite from his peak, but they still treat him like he's gonna pull up from 40 feet every possession. That dude is ridiculous. This dude can find guys open. He hits the big man down low, and man's off-ball movement is just too much for the Mavs. I be seeing some of the stuff they be running. I'm like, I would hate to guard Steph Curry for 40 minutes. This dude is 34, but still has conditioning like he's 25. It's kind of ridiculous. And the fact that the Warriors, they should have been killing the Mavericks from the inside from the beginning, because once they started getting Looney involved more and started attacking the basket, which also is Steph is severely underrated at. They severely underrated his driving ability because he has great finesse and touch around the rim. It's crazy how the game just got blown open once they started playing how they should have played. And that's why I think the Grizzlies probably would have ran the Mavs out the gym.
Yeah, I agree. Because, the Grizzlies are a very physical team.
Great paint presence and all that.
Yes. And Luka, listen, I like Luka, but he's very James Harden-esque, where it's like he's dribbling a lot and guys are just standing around sort of watching. And, yeah, it will definitely be easier for Memphis.
Luka, yes, he had 42. Great offensive performance, but why ain't nobody talking about his defense in the fourth quarter? That man was getting blown by like he had.
He was.
Oh my goodness, it was terrible. I was like, they just blitzing them at this point. And like I said, that's how you beat these kind of players. These star players, even if they role players, you can still find a way to win. You just gotta blitz the main guy doing all the work, because he ain't gonna have enough energy to play offense. Right. I mean, offense and defense. People are like, wait till this conditioning gets better. I'm like, I'm sure. Well, have we seen it get better yet?
That is true. I think the next level, the next evolution of Luka Doncic's game is going to have to be his off-ball movement, because if he's just going to dribble the ball back and forth, I mean, sure, that it works. You win games, you'll win MVPs, but just like with James Harden, if you aren't able to move without the basketball and sort of add a different element to your game, a la Stephen Curry, it's going to make the defense easier to guard you. And that's I want to talk
Do
about.
you also think that the Warriors are doing better against this Mavs team as with Phoenix because they actually played James Harden's Rockets and they're like, okay, this is kind of similar. We can kind of do some of the same things we did before.
I think that experience. I also think that the presence of Draymond is very important. Sure, yeah, they have Mikal Bridges, but Mikal Bridges is a very skinny guy. You know, he has a lot of length, but he's very skinny. Andrew Wiggins, yeah, he's skinny as well.
But he's more physical. Yeah.
But maybe it's just Andrew Wiggins is more physical. I don't know how tall Andrew Wiggins is compared to Mikal.
I think they're around the same height.
Around the same height. So yeah, I just think Draymond's presence is just very important because he's like a better PJ Tucker, way better PJ Tucker. I'll say that, and in that he can his physicality. His a detail on help defense as well is just valuable.
And also, think about Mikal Bridges versus Andrew Wiggins to get you. He could create his own shot on the offense if he wants to.
Also, remember, so I think the power forward position, Jay Crowder was playing it, right? And so, come on now, Luka's gonna cook Jay Crowder, like it's no question about it. And DeAndre Ayton. God bless you, man. But, you know, I thought you were going to be a really good defender coming out. They compared you to David Robinson, but you're not. Listen, Kevon Looney, he's a better defender than DeAndre Ayton by far. Like, no question.
Kevon Looney actually was holding his own when they tried to switch on him and attack the mismatch, but he held his own.
And he has
Kevon Olajuwon.
And he has experience. You know, we've seen Kevon Looney get valuable minutes against the one year against the Portland Trailblazers when they didn't have Kevin Durant, he got injured, or in the finals against the Raptors. So he's been around the block and he knows what he needs to do against these type of guys.
Yeah.
And so the Warriors, their experience, Draymond Green's presence is just unmatched, and Stephen Curry's ability to play off the ball is a different dimension than what the Suns have in that. Chris Paul, he likes to dribble the ball a lot.
And Steph can actually get a bucket when needed.
Let's not throw slander on Chris Paul's name, man.
Is that slander? I'm just saying.
Come on now,
Patrick Beverley already 10 points in the fourth, 4 for 4. I'm just saying.
Patrick Beverley already ethered him. We don't want to throw more salt into the wound, man. But yeah, Stephen Curry, his off-ball ability is just. I don't think there's a better off-ball, a better player when it comes to moving off-ball than Stephen Curry. That's just my opinion. But yeah,
very impressive win from the Warriors here. This is the game the Mavs had to win.
Yeah,
because having that momentum coming back and going back to their home arena would have been great. But now this type of loss here is like series shifting.
Well, hold up.
No, let me tell you something.
They can win 2 games at home. They did it before.
They could, yes, but like you got to realize these type of losses, like this is like a complete, like you had it in your grasp, and they just took it like right from you. It's like a Jose Alvarado steal. They came back from the corner hiding, snuck up on you and took the win away from you. And these type of losses, like it kind of like, dang, the role players like, shoot, I dropped 30, I dropped 20, and I'm probably not gonna do that again. So like how you and Jason Kidd got out coached. Like it's just from top to bottom, it was just a bad breakdown. And people be saying, "Oh, Steve Kerr should be fired." Steve Kerr won them rings for a reason. You can't be no scrub and rely on your test. You look at Steve Nash, all that talent, he can't coach worth the. Anywho,
they think Steve Kerr is like a.
They thought he was a bus rider.
Yeah. Shout out Charles Barkley.
Yeah, they think Steve Kerr bus rider.
Bro, like he's.
You see the difference when Mike Brown was coaching and Steve Kerr was coaching. It's like night and day.
It reminds me of remember with Eric Spoelstra with LeBron and D Wade in the beginning, and they were looking at him sort of sideways, like, is he really a great coach? But now we looking at him without LeBron.
He's clearly top 5 coach, top 3 coaches.
Exactly.
In the league.
I think it's because When the Warriors didn't have Steph, when they didn't have Clay, they were banged up and they couldn't win with Steve Kerr. People were looking at him like, look, see, I told you. Like, listen,
Yeah,
there's
they was
more.
putting them on fraud watch.
Listen, he had like young players. He had guys that shouldn't even be in the league starting from like Glenn Robinson the third. Like,
Kent Bazemore was getting starter minutes. Like, come on, son.
come on now. And then Eric Pascal. Like, people thought Eric Pascal was good, and then all of a sudden he's gone from the system. And where's he at now? Like on the bench with the Jazz. Excuse me, I think it was. So yeah,
See,
you gotta give Steve Kerr his
and I
flowers.
think it's funny because everyone the past 2 years was all like, the Warriors ain't make the playoffs, they suck. Now that they in the Western Conference, this is unfair. The Warriors, like, it was all jokes and giggles the past 2 seasons. So what happened now?
And then think about it. Okay, yeah, Mark Jackson, he got them to where they were in terms of like relevancy, right? The defensive end as well, helped develop Stephen Curry, but they were a first round out team. They won one playoff series against the Denver Nuggets, who was their best player, Ty Lawson. Like, come on now, like, what are we doing here? And Andre Iguodala,
they had Ty Law and Wilson Chandler doing the
George
bulk of the work.
Karl was coaching the team. Now George Karl, he's a Hall of Fame coach, but listen, he choked a lot as well. So let's not just poo-poo on what Steve Kerr has been done, and because Mark Jackson, that's his squad and he developed them. Well, the next year Steve Kerr won the finals. He took the team that Mark Jackson couldn't even win a playoff series against with the Clippers, and they went to the finals and beat the Cavs. So I'm just saying. And then Stephen Curry won the MVP, and then won the MVP next year. They won 73 games, and now they're 3-time champions. I don't know. Steve Kerr is an elite coach in my book.
Yeah, he's elite. People say but like he's the one who made the system. Like, I'm confused. People are, he just took the key. Like, no, he literally created the system to be, okay, Steph is this elite shooter. We need to do stuff to get him open. So they said more off-ball screens, more off-ball movement, took the ball out of Steph's hand for most of the part and started making him play off his teammates, and it ended up working. People was like, man, this ain't fair.
And here's the thing, because I love talking about the Warriors because it's an interesting, like, just story in itself. Because Kevin Durant, remember, there was like, I think it was like a story about how he was tired of like their offense. Like, he wanted more isolation, because if the Warriors, they don't do a whole lot of isolation.
No, they don't.
So that story in itself is interesting, because at one hand, I kind of agree with him, because I'm like, damn, you want to take advantage of the matchups and everything. But on the other hand, you look at him, he's like, I mean, why would you want to break what's working right now? What broke.
You don't even need to do too much ISO in that offense anyway, because the system is to get open. You got the best shooter in the world in the history of basketball on your team. What do you need to be ISOing for?
Exactly. So I get
inch of
Kevin
space
Durant.
is enough for Steph Curry.
I get Kevin Durant, but where you at now?
I ain't want to get into
Exactly.
that.
Where you at now? You wanted all the isolation. Where you at now? You should have just stayed with the Warriors and listened to Steve Kerr. But you did want to, and you just left the Hall of Fame level coach. So, hey, this is not a Kevin Durant subject. Okay, let's go to the other game, the game before, and that was the Celtics versus the Heat. And it was, oh man,
That is an embarrassment.
oh man, because you talk about game one and the Celtics. They were just cooking the first half. They were incredible. But then the second half roll around, and you could just tell no Al Horford, no Marcus Smart, what's going to happen. And they weren't able to guard Jimmy Butler. They weren't able to close out on them three-pointers with them undrafted free agents. Was it St. Vincent and
You mean
Strus?
Gabe Vincent?
Gabe Vincent.
St. Vincent.
Not St. Vincent, St. Mary's, okay? Gabe Vincent. See, this is why, like, undrafted free agent guy, like, I've never heard of this guy before until now. And then you have Max Strus.
Yeah.
So these two guys are starting for a conference finals team, an Eastern Conference Finals team that's trying to go to the NBA Finals. And so I'm just like, what the hell is going on? And
Well, yeah. I mean, they're decent,
yeah, they're solid.
They're decent enough.
They're definitely solid. But you could just tell that once the Celtics got Marcus Smart, Al Horford back, they did what they're supposed to do. They're just a better overall team.
Yep.
They have arguably the better player. They have the second best player. They have I'm not gonna say they have the best third player because they have Tyler Hero, but they just have a better overall roster. And defensively, there's really no holes you could really say besides, I guess, if you're gonna bring in like Peyton Pritchard or something off the bench. But their starting five, just defensively, there's really no hole. How do you feel about the Celtics and the Heat game?
I don't like the Celtics not one bit, but they washed the Heat. I mean, this was expected. We knew what was going to happen from here. I mean, the Heat are good, but like, come on now.
Bam Adebayo, hey,
They wasn't really battle tested.
We might have to put you on the fraud watch list. You've been kind of sus.
Oh my
You've been kind of sus in the playoffs, and then all these. I'm seeing Tyler Hero. People trying to overrate Tyler Hero's presence. He's been pretty average in the playoffs. I saw him on a commercial. It was Top Gun, not Top. Was it Top Gun? It was that new movie with
Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
it was Top Gun.
Bro, I'm like, yo, they trying to put this man on the big screen already, having people notice him. He's a sixth man. He's a sixth man. Like, put Jimmy Butler in the commercial. Like, you trying to put Tyler Hero because he's one of like six white men in the NBA. Like, six white men in the NBA. Like, that's what we doing. Like, seriously. Like, what are we doing here? I just had to say that real quick. But yeah, the Celtics, they did a really good job. Jason Tatum specifically with his decision making, his facilitating, he was very patient. In the way he didn't like try to do too much, because in the first half of game one he was really good. Like I liked how he played, but it was the second half where he kept turning the second ball half over was bad and stuff. So talk about just Jason Tatum and his performance.
I ain't gonna lie, I missed a lot of the game, but I still caught most of the first and most of the second half. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I got a lot of disinterested. Usually, if the game is, like, semi-close, like, I'm, like, locked in and I'm, like, watching to see what happens. And, like, I'm really analyzing the game for real. But once they was, like, it was, like, 70-45 at the half, I just lost interest. I was just looking at the game just to see the disappointment at that point because it was ridiculous. So, yeah, the Heat got smoked. Tatum went off. Jaylen Brown went off. Marcus Smart was playing Defensive Player of the Year defense. And Al Horford, man, them two, I guess, yeah. People was like, who cares? But Al Horford moves the needle.
He really does. Like, I said about Draymond's presence, Al Horford's presence with the Celtics as well. And they were just able to do a lot of different things. They were able to, like, just from when they're playing man-to-man, they put Smart on Jimmy Butler. The thing about Jimmy Butler, he wasn't very assertive, very aggressive in the first half. It wasn't until I say the game started to get out of hand that he started to try and score. And that's the thing with Jimmy Butler. Like, he should have just did what he did in game one, and that's come out guns blazing, ready to score all the points for his team, because you're really the only like option they could really go to, reliable option, because Bam Adebayo, he's not gonna do anything. Tyler Hero, God bless you, but you're not that guy either. You're just
until that bubble run was a fluke.
Like, okay, you averaged 20 in the regular season, but you're playing against the bench. Like, well, I'm getting 30 minutes a game, so I'm playing. No, you're a bench guy, you're a sixth man, and these are the playoffs, okay? So this is a different breed.
We need to mention Duncan Robinson being a freaking first-team ski mask candidate, because this dude is not doing much of anything out there. He's barely getting minutes. This man is a podcaster that just plays in the league at this point.
You took that from a tweet, because I saw that one tweet. But yeah, that's pretty much what he is, because he's not doing much. I saw him on the floor when the game was out of hand, but for the most part, he's not doing anything.
Man got a bag and just said, "Okay, I'm done shooting now."
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, the Celtics, I think for the most part, they're just looking at, listen, we'll let Jimmy Butler beat us, because the Heat don't have nobody else that we need to fear. Like, literally, Bam Adebayo, he's not going to do much. He's not going to be assertive on offense. I think he only attempted maybe 5 shots last game. And Tyler Hero, he's gonna brick shots. Max Strus, we already know how that's gonna roll, especially what Marcus Smart did to him.
Gabe Vincent isn't him either.
Yeah, so we already know how that's gonna end up. And so I like PJ Tucker, but listen, he's not no scorer. He just gets the hustle points. I think the series, I give the Heat one more game. I give them one game because
Celtics in 6. So.
Yeah, so I was right about them splitting the series 1-1. I was right about that. And the Celtics, they're going to the finals. Honestly, they're the prohibited favorites. I hate to say it. I hate it because I'm a Laker fan. But they're the favorites to win the chip because they don't really have a whole lot of flaws on their team.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. Oh, I hate Celtics fans because they're gonna be bragging, we got more ring than you. We got a ring, yeah.
I'm gonna need everyone to lend their strength to the Warriors in the finals because they gonna need it. Because the Celtics ain't no joke.
You know how they say trust the process. Well, the Celtics trust the process the right way because Philadelphia, what they did. Tanking all the picks.
They drafted Jaylen Brown at 3, then Tatum at 3 in like back-to-back years or something like that, right?
Pretty much. And it's hilarious because
how did they get them draft picks? Did they get them from
Nets.
Brooklyn? Yeah, those were
the Nets. Yeah, ain't that something? Remember when people were there was like this debate. Oh my God, the Nets might have, even though they gave up all those picks, they might have fleeced them at the end of the day.
I was like, bro, these dudes is like 80 years old. They wasn't going to do nothing. And I was a teenager at the time, and I was like, these dudes is like, they should be in the freaking home. Why are they trading all this assets and capital for them?
Nah, but it was like when the Nets got Kyrie and KD, they were like, oh my God, even though, and then they remember they drafted Jared Allen, they drafted Karis LeVert, and they traded for D'Angelo Russell. So they were like, oh my God, even though the Nets traded all those picks, look where they are now. I mean, they got all these players, they got KD, they got Kyrie. What are the Celtics doing? But now who has the last? The Celtics was
like, just wait.
Just trust the process. Trust the process. And I'm telling you, we gonna be the ones laughing last, and that's what they are. Right
Washington now. Wizards. This is how you correctly build a team. You see, this the problem. I was so mad when we got that 10th pick in the draft lottery because Ted Leon says every year that we're not tanking. I'm like, bro, this team is not good enough to land people in free agency. No one says, you know what, I want to play in D.C. No one says that. They haven't said that since John Wall probably played for us. And they probably didn't even say it then. This is not the philosophy you need to build. You need to get high draft picks and draft star talent. Star talent draws in other stars. You know how many players would want to play with LaMelo or Cade? No one wants to play with Bradley Beal in D.C. He's not even that good.
Man's like 30 years old. Bro.
Like, man, there's a stat sheet stuffer that don't play no defense. This is ridiculous, man. Y'all need to change the philosophy, man. Y'all need to get draft capital and tank. Like, golly, it's not that hard. Like, y'all trying to compete for playing spots. You ain't get the playing spot. You had a 3% chance to get the first pick. You ended up at 10. We had like 8, 9, 10 for the past 5 years in the draft. It just blows my mind. This organization will never be successful, probably for as long as I'm alive. But it's all good though because they feel the status quo and meet attendance. Man, I ain't trying to hear all that. This organization is a disgrace. I might find a new team to root for at this point because they don't know. Tommy and them, they don't know what they doing in that front office.
Yeah, I forgot the draft lottery happened. So yeah, the Wizards at number 10. That's just embarrassing.
The Magic got the first pick, which is interesting.
That is interesting. And Mo Bamba, he's probably gonna be on his way out. Hey, the Lakers could use him. You know, we need some size, so that could
every
work.
Available decent player in the history of the league that they
like
say
Mo
the Lakers.
Bamba.
Lakers. I've seen Jason Tatum in Lakers jersey. I'm like, what is going on out here?
You act like Mo Bamba is DeAndre Ayton or something. Like he's a start.
He's better than whoever any center on the Lakers currently.
That is facts. That is true. I am not going to deny that. But anywho, yeah, the Wizards. Y'all are just, I don't know what the hell's going on with you guys. You guys just not thinking at all. But I think it's a money thing.
It's just a philosophy.
I think it's a money thing. At the end of the day, I think that the owner,
honestly,
he's trying to, he wants to brand his team right, and he doesn't want to lose enough yet. He wants to have
he wants to meet the status quo. It's like the Cowboys. They don't want to win no Super Bowl. If they did, they'd be doing what the teams
like the
that
Washington
actually
football
win.
team. It's like it's really the Washington football team philosophy the last 15 years if you think about it.
Meet the status quo. Do decent enough
7
to
and 9,
bring
8
fans
and 8,
back.
9 and 7.
Yep, do decent enough to bring fans back in the stands.
That's what it really is. And like Kyle Kuzma is not going to cut it. KCP is not going to cut it. So
Bradley Beal, you better not pay that man the Supermax.
It's
a franchise crippling move right there.
It really is. The franchise that brought in Michael Jordan and think he was going to save him, a 40-year-old Michael Jordan and that. So, yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see. It's not looking very bright for the Washington Wizards. I'll say that.
It is looking decent for the Magic.
It is. It really is.
Do you think Cole Anthony is the guy? Me
Hell
personally,
no.
I don't think so.
I think he's a nice what's his name? Kobe White. He's Kobe White, but maybe better, but probably better. I think he's probably going to be a better scorer, better shooter probably. So I say he's like in that Kobe, Jordan Clarkson.
So you say
Kobe
he could
White.
be like a good six man
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
Okay.
instant offense. He'll give you a bucket, but I don't think he's gonna be an all-star. I may be wrong, but I don't think he's gonna be an all-star. I just don't see that in him. But he's gonna be a solid player. He's gonna be a real
So
good
do the Magic go Chet or Paolo for their first pick? Or they could go Jabari Smith. I don't know.
I think they go. Ooh.
Aren't they all big? So they get really.
I heard they're probably gonna go big. So probably Chet. I think because he has the highest ceiling.
That man's slim. He gonna get bodied in the paint.
Yeah, but I think remember Porzingis. Remember Porzingis was slim, but before the major injury with the Knicks, he was doing his thing. He was averaging 22. So I think they're looking at Chet as who Porzingis should have been, right? 7'3", can handle the rock, can shoot. So I say they go Chet because his ceiling is just astronomical. We just don't know. I like Paolo, but he's like I don't know. He's just what is he like 6'9", 6'10"?
He's like 6'10" or something like that. So you think he kind of? See, I wouldn't go Paolo because like he kind of plays similar. Well, I'm not too big on college. From what I've seen during the March Madness, he kind of plays like Wendell Carter a little bit.
Really? I don't see it.
Really?
I don't see because
I watched a lot of Wendell Carter because I put him on my slips in the season.
Because Paulo, he can put the ball on the floor. He can shoot.
I seen Wendell get busy a little bit from the midi.
Wendell,
I'm telling you, I was watching them games with the most focus you've ever seen because he was on my tickets and I was like, bro, what is he doing?
All right, well, I guess Wendell's now starting to do that, but in the past he wasn't that skilled.
He's taking a leap this year.
Paulo he's already more skilled than Wendell. I'll say that now.
We can see
but
that's fair.
I like Paulo, but I just feel like with Chet's size and his ability to shoot, and maybe even when it comes to handling the basketball, I just think that he just has a higher ceiling, a higher floor.
That's
than Paulo.
fair to say.
Because Paulo,
the floor's hot. Yeah, okay. Sure.
Yeah, his ceiling is a lot higher in my opinion. So I'm gonna go with Chet on that one. Even though I don't love it, I don't love the pick. I like that guy from Purdue, Ivy. I think that name is Ivy or something. Jaden Ivy.
Yeah, he a guard, right?
I know he's a wing for sure.
Oh, he's a wing. Okay.
I don't know how tall he is, but when I watched him in the tournament, he had a good amount of size, in terms of his height. So I like him as well. I think he's very athletic. He could do a lot of different things. I remember I watched March Madness and he showed up in a few games. He did his thing in a few games. So I like him as well. But Chet.
I'm not NBA draft guy.
Yeah, me
NFL
either.
draft you could talk.
Yeah, NFL draft more, but NBA
draft, man.
Like I haven't been really involved. It hasn't been since I would say
because the Lakers ain't got no picks.
Honestly, since Zion's draft, that I've really sort of been aware. Even with LaMelo in them, I wasn't. I watched Cade. I knew about Jalen Green. I watched some G League highlights. But in terms of Scotty Barnes, and in terms of the other
Mobley and all of them,
Mobley,
yeah.
like I just went off of what the scouts said, and they were like, "Oh, the next Giannis, the next Anthony Davis." I was like, "Okay, like let's let's calm down there, sir." So yeah, I just went off of what people said and not like my own eyes. So yeah, I want to talk about just the Lakers situation because they've been sort of in the news recently.
Please
with,
do not hire Darvin Ham. Please go Terry Stotts.
go Darvin Ham,
Terry
please.
Stotts, please.
Please go Darvin
Please, I do
Ham.
not need to see the Lakers succeed in any shape or form.
Go Darvin Ham. He was on the
Terry
Lakers
Stotts
staff.
is the guy. You see what he did with them Damian Lillard teams.
Nah. Don't listen.
Hire Terry.
He's
Hire
a hater.
Terry.
He's a hater. Don't listen to him.
Matter of
Don't-
fact, hire Mark Jackson, man.
Hell.
Just tell him. No, Mark Jackson needs to show up like Stone Cold out of the blue and just
I don't think
take
Mark
the job.
Jackson, Mark Jackson wouldn't be a bad hire, but I want Darvin Ham. I would rather
Please
want
don't
Darvin
take
Ham.
Darvin Ham.
Darvin Ham is the way he was on the Lakers staff when with Kobe. So listen, hire Darvin Ham. The players respect him. He's a black man. So yeah, hire Darvin Ham. Yes, we need more black men as coaches as well.
He said we need that affirmative action.
He was a player as well, so please, we need him. So yeah, but
no.
that's not all that I want to talk about because there's been this sort of conversation around the Lakers might keep Russell Westbrook. And
They
all
are
that.
keeping him.
Listen, let me tell you guys something. The Lakers are not keeping
Yes, they
Russell
are.
Westbrook. You know why they're not keeping him?
Yes, they are.
Because they know damn well he's too much of a. I don't even call him a cancer, but it's too much drama surrounding Russell Westbrook's situation with the Lakers and LeBron James. Did y'all not see his exit interview and what he was saying? You damn well better trade his ass because if not, he's going to demand. It's just going to be a disaster. And
Keep
they
Russell.
could do. Listen, they could do a lot of things. Okay, let's say they can't trade him. You can just buy him out and do what you did with Luol Deng. Just stretch out his contract for like I would say $5 million. Y'all won the championship with the Luol Deng contract, even though there was $5 million on the books. You can do it again with Russell Westbrook. Y'all done it before. You can do it again. You still have LeBron James, Anthony Davis.
This man is insinuating that Russ is as bad as Luol Deng and cannot contribute to winning at all.
You know what? You're absolutely right because listen, all NBA teams, you know what? Russell Westbrook is a quality point guard. He can still play at a high level. It's just the thing was he was playing with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, so it really just made him look bad. But overall, he's actually a really good player. So any team in the NBA, all your teams, the Mavericks, y'all can use Russell Westbrook. Indiana Pacers, y'all can use Russell Westbrook.
Mavs fans would probably swarm the court as soon as Russ takes a contested three when Luka wants the ball in the crunch.
Hey Nets, we'll take Kyrie off your hand. I know you guys don't like Kyrie,
Oh, that's
right?
nasty
I
work.
know Kyrie is
That is
a
nasty
headache. We'll take Kyrie off your
That
hands.
is nasty work.
Because I know Kyrie, you know, he could be a bit of aloof sometimes. So hey, we'll take Kyrie off your hands. We could swap. Hey, I'm not gonna give you a first round pick for him, but we'll take Kyrie off your hands. You know, he's unvaccinated. You don't know if
Nasty
he's gonna play or
business.
not. Hey, let's make the deal. You know, Russell Westbrook.
This is a
Russell Westbrook
nasty
gets to play with
agenda.
Kevin Durant. LeBron James gets to play with Kyrie Irving again. We get people back together. Why not? Why not let it fly? Why not
This
make it
is
happen?
nasty agenda being pushed here.
You know what I'm saying?
This man is trying to offload Russell Westbrook for a superstar.
But besides the whole trading aspect, they still can buy him out and stretch out his contract. That way you can still find good free agents that you want that can fill out the roster. And you don't have to worry about that whole drama. So, me personally, I feel like the best option the Lakers could do, if you're not going to be able to get a Brogdon and a Buddy Hield, would to buy him out. You save your picks. Sure, you're going to have maybe $5 million on the book for the next 8 years. But who cares? It's just $5 million. Yeah, that's what I would do personally. But yeah, I don't know how you feel about it. Be serious.
Okay.
Don't be a
No,
troll.
No, don't hate. Don't hate.
Don't hate.
Okay. Obviously Russ has got to go because the man he's not at least in the Lakers system. He's not a winning player in the Lakers system because like him and LeBron does similar. And we all know LeBron ain't playing no off ball. So, and Russ ain't playing off ball. So you got two ball dominant players on the floor that do similar things, except LeBron does his like 3 times better. But it's just not working out. Russ isn't the type of guy to be a spot up shooter or make a play off the screen. You know what I'm saying? He likes to be the forefront of the offense, likes to facilitate, likes to had a ball in his hand a lot. Pause. And like that's just not the Lakers basketball. Especially now with LeBron on the team. That ain't the type of basketball they play. So at that point, it's not even really a scheme fit at that point. So you just got to get rid of the experiment was okay, but yeah, it's time to move on. We've seen enough.
He's not the thing with Dwayne Wade because I compared him to Dwayne Wade. That was the worst comparison I could have ever made because Dwayne Wade, he's willing to adapt. He's willing to sacrifice. Russell Westbrook is not willing to sacrifice. It's my way or the highway. Like he's not going to try to be, off ball, like try to like set screens or anything like that or try to cut. Like he's not going to do none of that Dwayne Wade did with LeBron. And so you need to just cut bait, try to trade him. Don't try to trade both your picks. Trade one if you have to. Don't trade both of your first round picks. Do not do that.
Trade both your first round
No,
picks.
don't do that. Because if it comes to that decision, then just buy him out. Just buy him out. But yeah, Russell Westbrook has to go. It's simple and plain. And these reports are just for the Lakers to keep his value at bay. They don't want his value to drop anymore because look at Baker Mayfield's situation with the Browns and how everybody knows the Browns are trying to move on.
Do you think they're keeping him because they expect Deshaun to get suspended?
Okay, I mean we could transition to the Browns. I think they're forced to keep him. I don't think they want to keep him because nobody is giving him they're not getting good offers for him. So that I feel like that's why Baker Mayfield is still on the roster. I thought there was news that he may have gotten suspended, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah. But we're gonna get into that after you finish your Russell Westbrook.
No, I'm done. I mean, we can get to it now.
Oh yeah. So it was a report that said the Browns org expects him to be suspended 3 to 4 weeks. I was like, and I was confused. I was like, 3 to 4 weeks.
I saw your tweet about
Calvin Ridley got suspended a year for a parlay, and DeAndre Hopkins got suspended 6 games
PEDs.
for 2017. Zeke got suspended for like 7 games. I don't even know why he got
allegedly.
I don't even know why he got suspended exactly.
Was a sexual
some type
assault,
of
harassment,
something like that. I don't know.
To a female.
Speculation. It wasn't even proved though. The same thing, except it was one girl, but this time for Deshaun, it's 20 plus. 20. Like, come on, league. This is nasty what y'all trying to do here, bro.
And it was all and for Zeke, it was alleged, and then one of the ladies from the NFL that did the investigation said that she didn't believe her story at all.
Yeah, and then Roger Goodell was like, basically, F him, give him 7 games.
I'm judge and executioner. So you
went to court. The court was like, "Hey, we can't incriminate on nothing." The league was like, "No, he plays for the Cowboys. Get him out of here."
Yeah, NFL is just
they pick and choose so much.
It's crazy. Remember with the whole Deflategate thing, and it was like firstly like purported that Tom Brady won, he won, and then all of a sudden I forgot what happened, but the NFL they took him back to court. I don't know how. And they won. I'm like, yo, like what is going on? Like they really are trying to prove this man is wrong and that the balls are deflated. I'm like, okay, all right, NFL, y'all just hate being wrong. They just hate being wrong. But so I want to talk about NBA media. And why am I talking about NBA media? So on this podcast, we like to be fair. We like to be accurate. We like to tell you.
Unless it's the Lakers and Cowboys.
We like to tell you how exactly it happened, right? And so I was watching Undisputed. And Shannon, they talk about LeBron. They talk about Michael Jordan, Tom Brady a lot. So in his argument, he brought up about Michael Jordan in the 91 finals. Game 1 against the Los Angeles Lakers. And he talked about how, like, Magic Johnson was giving Michael Jordan the business and all this other stuff.
Which wasn't true,
And so that's why they had to switch on Scottie Pippen. Listen,
That's not what happened.
I watched game one. You could go on YouTube, go find the full game entirely. I watched game one. Let me tell you something. Magic Johnson he only attempted 5 shots. Now, the free throws, he attempted 10 times. Okay, 10 free throws, right?
Mike got in foul trouble. That's why they switched on to Scotty.
So
not
listen,
because he was getting baked.
He attempted 5 times. He had a triple-double. I give you that. But that's not on Michael Jordan. He's defending him. That's on his other teammates. So why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because not just LeBron fans who like to change facts around to fit their narrative, fit their points.
LeBron stands been the truth more. Man, Mr. Fantastic would be jealous about how much they've been the truth. This is ridiculous.
Yes. So I'm bringing this up because I see this a lot in NBA media, not NFL media, NBA media. They like to bend the facts to help their argument. You see this a lot with First Take, Undisputed, sometimes with First Things First with Nick Wright. They
pretty much all like the popular media outlets.
Pretty much. They like to disregard the facts. Now, NBA Today, and you see this at NFL Live, they're the best shows.
Good Morning Football.
Good Morning Football. Those are the best shows when it comes to sports because they actually give you good insight, good analysis on the games itself. So I love those shows a lot. I definitely would say, I'm not going to say they're totally accurate, but you're not going to see as much BS as you'll see on a First Take or Undisputed or First Things First or The Herd, as well, because he likes to say some
Let's
things.
chill on Colin. He may give us a deal in the future. Hold on. Let's chill on Colin.
I'm trying to be honest, but listen, NBA media, I got to tell you guys, watch the games. Stop listening to these media folks verbatim. Watch the games and have your own perspective instead of trying to listen to a Shannon Sharp who's not right. He's trying to bend the facts in his favor.
Nick Wright said the Mavs was going to win in 5, and the Warriors had no chance of beating them. And people ran with it. I was like, what have y'all been watching? What has the Mavs shown y'all that says the Warriors can't compete? Like I'm baffled that these media people got so much pull on the average viewer, and everything they say is just like it's ridiculous.
LeBron, like MJ can't do what LeBron. Like I was watching game 1 and MJ. If MJ wanted to, he could have averaged like maybe 6-7 assists easily. Dude is he's a great passer. Like, he was making some really good dishes, like really good dimes. Sure, LeBron, he's a pass first guy, but MJ, let's not act like MJ wasn't a good passer as well.
MJ could do everything except like shoot the 3 ball at a high clip.
Right. But yeah, just all these narratives. NBA media is just so toxic. Like, I just don't like that. Like, watch the games. I'm not asking you to watch black and white games now, like 60s and 50s, but watch the games from 1980s and on. That's really when like basketball got like relevant. Like before that, throw that aside. But 1980s on, watch the games because a lot of these old heads like, man, these players today couldn't last 5 minutes in that era. Like, that is a total lie. Like, You don't hear these analysts say, "Oh my God, they didn't have zone. They couldn't play zone back then because the guys couldn't shoot threes like that back in the day." Oh, they weren't going to talk. Imagine Giannis playing in an era where there was no zone defense. Imagine Steph Curry playing in an era with no zone defense. Imagine LeBron James playing in an era with no zone defense. You know how many points he would score on these dudes. You know how easily it will be, but they're not going to talk about that. They're going to be talking about the physicality. They're going to be talking, these guys were just, pushing them aside, pushing them with their elbows and stuff, like making dirty fouls, and they weren't calling flagrants. Like, come on.
Comparing eras is stupid.
Bro, it's the dumbest argument I've ever heard.
And I hate when people be like, "Oh man, the players of the '90s and stuff, they get cooked into today." I'm like, bro, Isaiah Thomas averaged like 30 points a game like a few years ago. Like you gotta, and the thing about era, it's stupid because nowadays we got AAU, we got all these kids got trainers and stuff. You'd have to give the old players the same kind of things that the new players have access to. You don't think LeBron with proper nutrition and playing basketball and AAU ball and travel ball since he was a little dude, you don't think he would be even better than he was? Come on now, be for real. DeMar DeRozan averaged nearly 30 this year, and he's the most similar play style to Jordan. Jordan probably would average 35 today. Let's be real here. It's not like the league got so talented that it's just, oh my goodness, no one in back then can compete. Like, bro, you know how people don't realize how long human evolution takes. It doesn't take a decade for human evolution. It takes like a century for real human evolution to real take place. People be like, oh, man, Michael Jordan, bro, all the combine records are still being held from players that came in the 90s and stuff. So if they was really as athletically superior as you would say, all of these records would have been broken. How come no one hasn't scored more than 63 in the playoffs?
That's true without shooting a three.
Exactly.
But
come on now.
Let's be fair. Listen. You make some good points, but let's be fair. Number one, yeah, the Celtics were a great team. 86 Celtics, one of the best teams.
Larry Bird would be a top 5 player today.
But
no funny.
But let's not act like he was being defended by like some really athletic players. Like them dudes, all them guys were slow foot. Lateral quickness was not even close to Michael Jordan. Like it was,
you can't say that when Luka's running around here overweight and still
I'm talking
cooking
about defensively.
people.
I'm talking about defensively because when he scored 63 against the Celtics,
you talk about Michael Jordan or Larry Bird?
I'm
Oh,
Michael
Jordan. Oh, okay.
You said because you said 63. You said in the playoff
Yeah,
game, right?
yeah.
That was Michael Jordan.
Okay.
And the guys that were guarding Michael Jordan, listen, there's a reason Michael Jordan was a unicorn back then.
How many elite 2 guards on defense is in the league now?
Elite 2 guards. On defense, I would say I can't tell you on the top of my head. I really can't. But I would say that a lot of you could put a wing. You could put like a 3.
Imagine putting Marcus Smart on Michael Jordan. Do you know how that's going in? 30.
You got a point. Yeah. But I think that
Imagine Mikal Bridges on Mike. Come on, son. Be for real.
He could do some damage. He could do some damage. Listen,
Bro, Luka gave that man the business.
Yeah, but you got to look at body size. Like you look at
Michael Jordan bulked up after the Pistons, though.
But he's not like no 240. He's like
he would
like
he would blow right by Mikal Bridges.
He's like 210.
Man, he was muscular though.
Okay, but he's 210.
What that guy? He was weight room. What you talking about?
But he was 210. Like Kobe was 210. Listen, Michael Jordan would score 30 no matter what era. I'm just saying that in terms of like these old heads saying he would average 50 in the league, 40 in the league, I think that's disingenuous and it's not, and you're being disrespectful to the players of today and how better the defense is today than it was back then. Now you can play zone defense. You can play different types of zones. Guys are able to play 1 through 5. Guys are faster, quicker, more athletic. What you mean barely?
I don't think y'all underestimate how long human evolution takes. There's no way that the increase in athleticism jumped that drastically in only 2 decades.
I'm not increasing athletics. I'm talking about in terms of like
the pace is higher.
More people being as athletic as say or close to athletic as a Michael Jordan than there was back in those days. Like it wasn't as many guys jumping as high as like a Dominique or Michael Jordan. Now, you could probably name 10 people that probably as athletic as Michael Jordan that's in the league right now. So, in terms of like more just better athletes in general, today's game, bar none, has better athletes than they did back in the day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But they're not better players.
Are you sure about that? The skill level is definitely better than it was back in the day.
That's
bro.
Right.
That's just one.
Hezzy tween culture.
That's one person. That's
Hezzy
James
tween
Harden.
culture.
That's James Harden, and that's it. Luka Doncic, he has a post game. He can shoot from the mid range. He has all of the skills that you would want for a player. And dude is only 22, 23 years old. Think about that for a second.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
We're gonna name the top guys And I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna name two players, a player from the '90s and a players from today, and I'm gonna tell you which. David Robinson or Joel Embiid.
In terms of skill,
Who would you pick?
I'm talking about skill. I'm talking skill.
Okay.
I'm talking skill.
Okay.
And because
the skill make you the better player though.
All time, yeah, David Robinson, yeah, he's a better player. But in terms of skill, I'm giving that to Joel Embiid. Like Joel Embiid.
Have you seen David Robinson run the floor before?
I have seen David Robinson, but he's what we thought DeAndre Ayton was going to be, but ultimately he's not. Joel Embiid just has more in his bag. Like he can shoot the three, he can shoot the mid range, he can put the ball on the floor, he can post up. What you mean his bag? He has.
But it's funny people like bag and all of that.
Now
That's
David
so
Robinson
funny.
was a better defender. I'll give you that much. But Joel Embiid.
So is defense not a skill?
It is a skill. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that Joel Embiid is a more skilled player than David Robinson.
Okay.
Like I get that you want to respect the players before, but let's not get in this nostalgic sort of
Hakeem or Embiid.
Hakeem. Well, hold up.
Oh, never, never in your life.
Wait a minute.
Never in your life.
Let's be objective about
You
this.
gotta be crazy.
Because Hakeem, yes, mid range. He has the mid range. Post up
Footwork
game.
is definitely better.
Footwork is elite. Joel Embiid, he has really good footwork as well. He can shoot the mid range. He can handle the ball. Joel Embiid, he can shoot the ball as well. But I'll give it to Hakeem because Hakeem, he was the originator, and Joel Embiid definitely took a lot from Hakeem's game. I think that's his favorite player growing up. His footwork is next level. I don't think there's anybody better with footwork besides maybe you could say maybe a Jordan or maybe a Kobe. So I'll definitely give it to Hakeem on that one.
Okay.
Especially on defense as well.
Especially on defense. Yeah, obviously. Okay. Let's see. Let me think. Okay, this is.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna bring up Jordan either. That's too easy.
Yeah.
Barkley or Zion.
Come on now, what are we doing? Obviously Barkley.
Oh, okay.
Obviously Barkley.
Okay, Ja or see what's a great slasher from the night. Oh no. Ooh, this is a good one. PG or Clyde.
PG.
PG
is more skilled than Clyde.
Okay.
PG's more skilled, like no question.
Okay. Let me try to think of some more.
Isaiah Thomas or Kyrie, I'm going Kyrie. In terms of skill and scoring ability,
Who's
I'm going
the better
Kyrie.
player?
Better player overall, I'm going IT because it's defense.
So you just saying they just have more skill. You not debating that these players are better. You're just saying they just have more skill.
I'm saying in terms of skill-wise, in terms of athleticism, I'm giving it to this generation.
Okay, sure. I'll let you have that.
Because if you look at the previous generation, in terms of because Isaiah Thomas, the old Isaiah Thomas, not the small 5'9" guy.
We get it.
But they played the game. They definitely played the game the right way. They weren't trying to like Kyrie Irving, where it's like drib, you know what I mean? And he's just dribbling the clock out for like 15 seconds, looking like a globetrotter. Like these guys were like raised and taught the game in the old-fashioned way, where you pass the ball
more team-oriented
and all this
cuts
other
and
stuff.
all that.
Yeah, so they're not going to make as many mistakes. So and they play defense as well. The guys today that don't play as much, they're not making an emphasis as much when it comes to playing defense. Those guys, the coaches made it more of an emphasis, I would say, to play defense. So yeah, that's why
and also the league made it harder to play defense.
Yeah, because again, man to man, couldn't play zone. But that's why when these old heads say LeBron couldn't play in that era, couldn't thrive in that era.
He definitely could.
I laugh because there was no zone
It's
defense.
not even like LeBron is like soft or anything. Like, dude, he literally muscles his way through the league, would do the same thing.
Or like Stephen Curry.
You can't say like all-time greats wouldn't, from now, like LeBron wouldn't be able to survive. He definitely would.
Like a Stephen Curry.
Shoot, he wasn't even that far from it.
Right. Or like a Stephen Curry or like a who's another guy? Like a Luka or a excuse me. Some other guys, people look at him as kind of soft, like a Paul George or
Kawhi would be good in any
Kawhi.
era.
Yeah, he'd be good in any era. Joel Embiid, he would be good in that era. Kobe,
Well-
obviously Kobe. Yes, he would be good in that era.
Well,
Now, would he stay healthy? That's a different story.
Yeah.
That's a different story. Anthony Davis, he'd be good in that era.
imagine Joel Embiid trying to guard Shaq. Oh my god. He'd be on the floor every play.
every player would be on the floor.
Shoot,
When
that
it
flopping
comes to
ain't
Shaq.
flying back then.
Exactly.
The rest gonna look at him like,
Exactly.
anywho.
Exactly. But yeah, I just think even Trae Young, he would thrive in that era. Like
Okay, let's not. The man barely thrived in the playoffs this year. Let's
that's
not get
one
ahead
series.
of ourselves.
That's one series.
Let's not get
What did
ahead
he
of
do
ourselves.
last year?
See, the thing about the old days.
Oh,
They the old days.
Okay. I just think that
I mess with Trae Young, though.
today's game, they will be good. Like, just look at guys like Bob Cousy, Jerry West, who played in those.
You know what I
eras.
didn't know?
What?
That they weren't allowed to like palm the ball back then. So the way you know how to like why they dribbling like because they literally had to. I did not know that. I just thought they
Wow.
sucked at basketball, but they literally couldn't put their hand on the side of the ball. They had to dribble from the top. I did not know that.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, I did not know that.
They dribble real ugly though.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bob Cousy, like back in those days, Trae Young would thrive. Like just looking at how Bob Cousy and how he's built.
I
like,
mean,
come
think
on now.
about it though. No 3-point line. I mean, he'd be taking technically inefficient shots
Yeah, but he would hit him.
for
Like,
the
who-
same 2 points
who
that they
gon-
get just from going to the
Who gonna
lane.
stay in front of Trae Young?
Nobody. He wouldn't. The thing you got to realize, if you put Trae Young in Bob Cousy, he'd get a violation called every time he touched the basketball because he's accustomed to dribbling like how we do now.
That is
Soon
true.
as he try to do a crossover,
All right,
turnover.
He'll be looking like the Globetrotters back in the day. He'll just be dribbling, dribbling on the floor like, you know what I'm saying? Dribbling
Let me
on the
tell you
floor.
something. And the thing is, another thing about me, I've never in my life seen the media and fans be so disrespectful to players of the past in the sport. The NBA is the worst when it comes to respecting legend. Let me tell you something. You do not ever in your life hear Barry Sanders will be a bum in today's NFL.
That's
You've
true.
never heard someone say, man, Dan Marino will be trash
Jerry
these
Rice.
days. Jerry Rice would be a bust.
Joe
Was a
Montana.
milk. You never hear that ever in your life from. You never hear people say, man, Barry Bonds would be a bum today. You never hear people say Griffey would be is a milkman. He'd be trash. You never hear from any sport. You never hear people say Wayne Gretzky wasn't that nice. You never hear it on any other. It's only the NBA they do that stuff with. Like, and I don't see how that benefits the league. Because now you're trying to push the older fans who did see those players out the door, and now the new guys that don't even know basketball, couldn't even make their JV team in high school, leading the debates, and now they don't even know what they're talking about. And the fans, and the players that actually play is like, bro, what are these kids talking about? Because even the players be like, bro, what are you talking about? These dudes back then was nice. So now you're drawing a disconnect between the audience and the people that played in the like it's just bad. It's just bad for business, man.
Yeah, because if you think about it, ESPN is now trying to get more
Players involved.
players that know the game, that more insight, like a JJ Redick or a Tim Legler, those type of guys that'll give you basketball analysis and won't just give you your opinion, like very opinionated, like a Kendrick Perkins and stuff. And I think that's what NBA media is really missing the most, is more guys that'll give you basketball analysis, like X's and O's. I feel like that's what people want to hear. Like listen,
That's why I like Draymond's podcast.
listen, I'm not gonna. I hate to give this person credit, but was it Ball Don't Stop? Let's give credit where he's due, because when he started coming along, I heard more people talk. Sure, the whole hooper. Oh, you're a hooper and a basketball player terminology.
That was the worst era ever of hoop discourse.
It's ridiculous, but he did bring a level of hoop discussion where it comes to
Actually
basketball,
knowing the game.
basketball analysis that got people interested in the game. And now more people are sort of interested in hearing the X's and O's. And you see a JJ Redick and a Tim Legler actually on First Take more than they were before, because usually they were like in the get up, or maybe they were in the late night or something like that. But now they're really pushing that sort of agenda. And I watch Undisputed, and they don't have none of that. They don't have those sort of X's and O's, and it's just opinionated or first things first. I feel like it's getting redundant. That sort of style. It's getting stagnant. That sort of style where it's just opinion. Use numbers and all that other stuff. Like, we want to actually learn some. People want to learn. Like, what coverage is this? Because if you watch football coverage, they give you X's and O's. Yep. They're like, okay, they're in a cover 3, they're in a cover 2 man, whatever. They're blitzing. They have a spy on this, but like they actually try to make you understand. It's not a opinionated thing.
And even inside the NBA during the halftime, they'll break down parts of the first half.
Yeah. With Kenny Smith now, Shaq be saying the most obvious stuff.
And the pre-show games on the NFL is way more interesting to watch, because they actually be like, okay, this team is probably gonna look more. They show you the film and all of that stuff. It's just a better product being put out as far as the X's and O's of the game goes on NFL side.
And then when they bring in guys that know the game, that has X's and O's, like a JJ Redick and Tim Legler, and Stephen A starts rambling on with his hot takes and his narratives, people looking at Stephen A like, bro, what are you talking about?
Like, how you get paid to do this? I seen there was one clip JJ Redick and Pat Bev was on. I forgot what Stephen A said. I think someone said, I think
something about James. Was it about James Harden?
No, I don't think it was James Harden. But something happened, and JJ and Pat Bev looked at this dude like, "Are you for real?" Yeah, it was just like once people who really know ball, former players, start getting more into the media, and it's just like, even like shows like I'm Athlete and Pivot, even though they talk more, they don't talk about the game at whole, but when they do talk about it, it sounds way better than what's being shown on the TV for the most part.
Right. Like, I remember JJ Redick, he was talking, Patrick Beverly was on First Take, and they talked about like the certain play that they know, sort of like a terminology that they use, whatever. And I thought that was very interesting. You don't get much of that nowadays. Like, it's very opinionated stuff. And we want to know, like, we want to know the ins and outs of the game. Like, we don't want to just hear opinions, because people nowadays, you hear like people not trusting what Stephen A is saying or reporting.
No one should. Yeah, no one. People like, what source is Stephen A got? Like, that is bad coming from like one of your top earners.
But then when you hear a Patrick Beverly start talking about, nobody fears him, the Suns or something, like, then we're like, oh, okay, that's very interesting. Like, we get an actual insight. Like Paul George saying nobody's scared of them or something like. Anthony Edwards even on the internet talking about, they talking all this smack. We didn't know that. We didn't know all this stuff.
We didn't know how much the league didn't really rock with the Suns.
Exactly. So then we see, remember when LeBron, he was talking to Cameron Payne? We like, I see what's going on. No wonder. And so, yeah, you get that insight that's missing instead of all these opinions. Like, you see on First Things First with Antonio Walker, he's a former player, but
I thought it was Antoine Walker.
I said Antonio Walker. Antoine Walker, dude, come on the show, and you thinking, okay, he's a former player. He might, he should give you some X and O's. Dude is just opinionated, just like Nick, just like Chris Broussard and all them other guys on there. He don't add nothing to the table except the same old rhetoric that we've heard before.
Yeah. I mean, aren't we kind of talking about ourselves, though? We ain't really breaking down the X's and O's. Exactly.
Hey, we did talk. Listen. Because there's a difference. Okay? Yeah, we're not in the game, all right? But we are, like, when we talk about the Celtics game, right? We told you guys literally what was happening, like, in terms of the coverages, in terms of defense, in terms of, like, Steph's ability. I'm talking about Steph. In terms of Jason Tatum's ability to score, facilitate, Jimmy Butler not being aggressive in the first half, whatever. So we're not trying to paint.
We're not trying to push agendas.
We're not trying to paint a picture that's not true. Like, we're not trying to bend the facts. You know what I mean? Like, we're not out here doing that, and so that's why I'm bringing this up, because it's important. It's important because I feel like that's the reason that we're doing this podcast, is because we're trying to do something that the NBA media is not trying to do, and that is in terms of getting away from agenda pushing and all the other stuff, and presenting you guys with what is actually happening on the floor.
Like you see the stuff, like people don't, maybe in like the barbershop sometimes, there's always that one old head in the barbershop that be talking like how they do on them TV shows, but most of the time sports discourse ain't like that in real life. You know, like it's way different. People actually get into what actually happened on the TV instead of hypotheticals or stuff that didn't happen. Oh
that's the probably number one problem with the NBA. Well, besides the whole agenda pushing there, hypotheticals. I don't think there's any other league with more hypotheticals than the NBA. Like, if this team was healthy, then they would have won. All the yada yada.
Like, talk about what happened,
bro.
I'm not trying to hear what could have happened. This ain't make believe. If you want to make hypotheticals, go on 2K and simulate it. But we here to talk about what actually happened.
Like when the Suns lost, they were like, if this team was, that means if the Clippers was healthy, then they would have won. Like, I get okay.
We get it, but like Kanye said, I guess we'll never know.
Like, listen, I'm not even gonna say the Lakers. Like, I'm not even gonna say all that.
Lakers fans was taking victory laps over the Suns and all, but this is shameful. Y'all got beat by them dudes last year. I don't care if y'all was hurt or not. Y'all lost. People are, man, if Lakers, you lost.
Especially with LeBron. Like, oh my God. Oh man.
You lost.
The hypothetical pushing for LeBron. If Kyrie and Kevin Love was healthy, they would have won. Bro, I heard argument.
If the Nets was healthy, they lost.
I heard an argument where I think it was on First Things First. It was like, if the Warriors didn't kick Kevin Durant, the Warriors probably would have never won another championship. Like,
they did though,
bro.
So it's no point of even bringing it up for real.
Like, I'm like,
if LeBron had more help back, he didn't. So it's no point of bringing it up.
I'm like,
go on 2K if you want to get him some more help.
It just blows my mind the amount of just hypotheticals, and it's hurting basketball discussions. It's hurting the game overall, because you can't really have a good quality discussion.
Because when you bring up a point that actually happened, people will be like, well, if Ja wasn't hurt, he was hurt though, so it doesn't even matter.
The bubble championship.
The bubble ring. If it wasn't in the bubble, listen. Everyone had equal opportunity. I say the Lay Mickey joke just because I think it's just to unironically poke fun.
He's a troll.
But that you can't be like, this championship don't. Why doesn't it count? Everyone had the same playing condition.
If there
wasn't though.
If there was 82 games instead of a lockout, then this team would have won. Like, listen, stop it. Everybody had an opportunity.
Debate what actually happened, not what could have happened. This ain't make believe.
It just blows my mind, man. It just blows my mind, just the agenda pushing. And then, like, the players, like, they'll protect certain players, but when it comes to another player, they're not.
The way everybody came up the arms for freaking Chris Paul was nasty. Like, they let players talk about it and all that. James Harden literally said Giannis had no skill. Not a single peep from the media. Pat Bev goes, oh, yeah, we ain't scared of the Suns. Oh my gosh, you're disrespecting Chris Paul. Like, come on, son. Y'all got to stop picking and choosing to keep it funky all the way. You can't be all like, well, this is acceptable when someone talks about this player. LeBron been getting ragged on for nearly 2 decades now. Oh, late choke, late this. He ain't not late clutch, blah, blah, blah. He's the team hopper. He's ring chase, stat chaser. No one cares. Chris Paul gets mentioned one time for playing like doo-doo in a series. Oh, my God, you can't be saying that. This is so disrespectful to the legends of the game. Like, come on, man. Don't do that lame stuff over here, bro. Okay. We're not hearing it, bro.
Okay, all right. I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing about that. I'm not gonna refute that, but I do think Patrick Beverley was a bit harsh in his critique. I will say that. He was.
The game's the game.
Okay, the game is the game. I agree with that. I'm not going to refute anything. I'm just going to say he was a bit harsh, but
oh my goodness,
the
pandemic P jokes in the playoff, those was fine though. Talk about Chris Paul though. Oh, hey, listen, you're gone too far. I'm not. Y'all sound like police.
He questioned his career. That's where I was like, okay, you need to stop.
Paul George?
No, I'm talking about Chris Paul. Patrick Beverley questioned him as in terms of his career. That's where I was like, okay, you need to calm down. As like an all-time great point guard, he didn't agree that he was an all-time great point guard. And I'm like, okay, you need to slow down. Just because he wasn't cooking like that against you,
he does get graded on a curve though.
Yeah, just because he wasn't cooking like that against you doesn't mean he's not a great point guard. Like, let's calm down. Sure, listen, you're one of the best on-ball defenders in the league, point guard defenders in the league. So give yourself some credit. God damn it. I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit for doing what you did to Chris Paul. So, yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about? NFL, NBA, maybe?
Yes.
NFL, we didn't predict the
media and fan. Wait, what'd you want to say?
I said we didn't predict the games back.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do the games first, then we'll get into closing things. So the Heat and the Celtics play again tonight, and the Celtics are at home now. They're going to win.
Yeah, they're going to
win.
If
they lose, I will be very shocked. But they probably going to get them up out of there.
I think they're going to protect the home court, come back, and I got the Heat in that game when they go back to Miami. And, yeah, Celtics going to close out.
It ain't really too much to say about this shit. We all knew what was going to happen here. And I remember back in episode 2, I think I said the Celtics and the Warriors is making the finals. And people and Aaron was like, because I was like, man, listen, you see what the Warriors did to the Nuggets. People, it's just the Nuggets. I'm like, bro, you gotta look what you're seeing. That you can't replace the teams that they play. You gotta look what you're seeing. And I saw championship DNA on the Warriors, man.
I'm gonna
find
find that video.
It's a little early to call it.
Find that video, but we'll see if he's right or not. Because if he is wrong. Oh, man, because I'm going to put that video on there. I'm going to put that video on.
It is kind of early for the Warriors because it's the NBA. Anything could happen. The Mavs could just turn into the best team ever and win 4 straight or something like that. It's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, if they hit their shots like they did in the first half, you damn right. You damn right.
Yeah, but Mavs, they play Sundays, which is tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think
they'll get one game.
I think they'll definitely get one of their home games, if not both. But like the Warriors got some mean momentum, man. But we seen how they play. Sometimes the Warriors go, they got all this momentum and they drop an egg, and it's just like, oh.
I got Warriors. I said in
Warriors
7.
game 3. I
said in 7, but I think now I'm probably go to 6.
And you was getting on me for changing the pick.
Hey, I still have them. I still have them winning.
I'm gonna still say Warriors. I'm gonna give the Mavericks the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. I don't think they go out sad like a gentleman's sweep. Nah, I doubt it.
Yeah, I got Warriors in 6 instead of 7. I think I was just overrating just how good the Mavs were against the Suns because just defensively what they did against the Suns. But just looking at the overall series and how it's shaping with Stephen Curry and his ability, Draymond Green and his defensive value, it's just shaping up to be just a 6-game series, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Mavs may grind out a win tomorrow. Real close game, probably.
Yeah, and they might win. They might protect their home court. I won't be surprised. But I just think that the Warriors are not going to push it to a 7-game.
Did the Suns didn't get a game off them at home, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. Yeah, they are definitely, when it comes to a home record, I think the Utah Jazz only got 1 out of them.
Yeah, but that's because Luka wasn't playing. So.
Yeah, he wasn't playing. Yep. So, we'll see. But yeah, final thoughts.
Oh, the final thoughts. I did want to say, media and fans, please keep crowning the Eagles as division champs. Please boost them up to the highest degree so when the fall off will be much better. Please keep boosting up the Eagles. They're clearly the best team in the NFC. Come on, it's not even close, man. The Cowboys, they ain't got no talent for them. Yes, keep boosting them up, please. The downfall will hit much harder at that point.
You know what's interesting, because the NFC East each year there's a different division winner. So it's
been a different division winner since 2004.
I'm just saying. So we're gonna continue that trend. I don't
Boost
think
them up. The Eagles gonna win, man. They winning 14 games, man.
I don't know about all that. They'll win 11, maybe 10 or 11.
I'm playing the.
What's the coach name? Nick Soriani or something like that.
I think that's the offensive coordinator.
Oh, that's offensive. I don't even know the head coach's name.
Soriani. He might be. Actually, he may do both. I don't know.
Who knows?
Honestly, hey man, be on the lookout for. Listen, you think I'll tell you the Commanders. I'm kind of worried about them.
Carson Wentz.
See, that's the thing y'all don't realize, bro. Yes, Carson Wentz is a fraud. We all know this, but like they won 7 games with Taylor Heineke. You don't think Carson Wentz can at least get 2 more
in a 17-game schedule?
You don't. Ain't a 17 game still.
No, but I mean it was 17 weeks, right?
Yeah.
But now everybody has to play 17 games. Before last season, there was only you can only play 16 games, but it was 17 weeks. Remember?
Okay.
Yeah. So there you play 17 games now, and they still won 7 games. I mean,
man, let me tell you something.
That's like winning like six. That's like going like what is it? 6 and.
I think
6
the
and 10?
Commanders are fully capable of going 9-7.
I mean 9 and 8.
9 and 8. They are fully capable of.
Wow. That's
Carson Wentz
amazing.
ain't that trash.
Wow. Okay.
I'm telling you, be on the lookout, man.
All right.
Be on the lookout.
We'll see. I mean, I'm not a believer.
No one's scared of the Giants.
Nobody's scared of the Commanders.
True.
Exactly.
No one's scared of the NFC East in general.
Yeah,
Except,
but
they're not even scared of my
Eagles,
Cowboys.
at least the Eagles have talent.
The Cowboys kind of remind me of the Suns, except the Suns actually went to a championship game.
The Suns.
Good team, but do you really fear? You see the Cowboys on the schedule, like, dang, man, I might lose sleep on this one.
Mike McCarthy wish he was as good of a coach as Monty Williams.
Think of it though. Young team was terrible once their QB was hurt, but anyway, then they go and get one of the best records in their division. Granted, it's not exactly the same, but the way the Suns carry themselves and the Cowboys, it's kind of similar. A lot of front running going on. And then once they play the good teams, yes, and you saw what happened.
These are your final words.
Look, man, Cowboys going to have to show me. I'm going week by week for the Cowboys. I'm not saying we running the time. I'm going week by week because that way.
He believes they're winning the division.
No, I believe we're winning 10 games.
He believes they're winning the division.
I did not say that.
He doesn't believe in the Eagles. He's trying to jinx them. We already know. So
I believe the Cowboys will win 10 games.
Yeah, that's going to win
minimum.
the division. Yeah,
as long as Dak stays healthy and or someone don't get caught crossing the border with coke or something, I got us winning 10 games. And we're going to beat the Packers, too.
Oh, man. I can't wait for this pack to go up, this Cowboy pack to go up.
I'm telling you, the Packers is not like that, bruh.
Okay. All right.
Devontae Adams was carrying that offense.
All right. These are his final words, ladies and gentlemen. But, anywho, let's close this out. Thank you guys for watching this video. Remember to like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the notification bell, and make sure to follow the socials as well.
Link in the
is
description.
And, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
I put my life in these sentences.